Hello, hello, hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. Those of you that are wisdom walking but don't know it, yeah. And anyone else who's interested in astrology for self mastery, this is Jojopah Maria and Saroma coming to you with the astrology for the beginning of February. And oh my God. Yeah. There is so much going on. We got a little bit of a break in January. We had like 2 weekends, like long weekends, where there were a lot of aspects going on. But this, yeah, within these first 13 days, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I got some good stuff to share with you. And without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. So we are, of course, in Aquarius season. And happy birthday to all you Aquarians out there. You are amazing people. Somebody's checking in and saying, hi, Jojopah. Hi, how are you? And Aquarians, this is your time. This is your age of Aquarius, of illumination that you've been waiting for, that we've all been waiting for. And so those wonderful, wonderful qualities that you have, your understanding of the importance of people over profit, of thinking about the good of all, not just yourself, really, really wanting the experience of functional community, loving community, beloved community, as Martin Luther King said. Your ability for all of this is heightened. It's heightened at this time. So know that you're going to have a lot of growth and a lot of evolutionary impulses happening in you. And we're all here to support you. So you're not alone. And whatever is blocking you from being in the truth of who you are, being that best version of an Aquarian, yeah, all of that will get exposed because Pluto is in Aquarius for a minute. Yeah, for like 20 years. So you're going to get all the support you need to really step into your truth. So once again, happy birthday, happy birthday. Hey, Priya, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. And oh my goodness, it's billions, baby. So good to hear from you. Yeah. Are you Aquarian? I wonder. You might be. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Good to hear from you, my dear. Absolutely. So let's go with the first day of February. And on that day, we had a sextile. So we had some flow energy with Mercury in Capricorn and Neptune in Pisces. And sorry for the date up there. That's because that's the last time it happened that I made a card for it was December 26th of 2021. So this transit is good for relaxation, creativity, communication, and spiritual pursuits. Your words become soothing and can actually be healing to others. Woohoo! You may even receive spiritual information through dreams, meditation, your spirit guide, or chance encounters. Relationships will benefit from your compassionate and spiritual nature. So think back to, February 1st last week and think back to that time. Think back to how you were feeling, because that's that was a really wonderful energy to open up this month with, this fire month of February. And that's something we can hold on to as we approach some of the challenges that it is bringing as well, and lots of activity. So although this isn't astrological, I think it's part of the spiritual cosmic realm, and that is Groundhog Day. And Punxsutawney Phil and Staten Island, where I come from, his name is Chuck. Neither of them saw their shadow, so they were able to stay out and roll around in the grass. Basically, that means that we will have an early spring. So I trust the groundhog. He ain't never let me down. And I always try to watch the movie Groundhog Day on February 2nd, which I did achieve. And I actually introduced one of my housemates to it who never seen it before. And that's always fun when somebody gets turned on to this movie. Another thing that happened this year, you know, because it's Aquarian energy, they actually, the cast members from the movie, and this has been what, like 30 some years, probably more than that, maybe 40 years since it was done. But they all got together, those who were still living, and paid tribute to the director, Sam Raimi. And the politician was there because they turned February 2nd into Sam Raimi Day in Chicago. So they had a nice celebration. You got to see people and they commented about the director. It was cool. But this movie is so important, and I think really, really important for us moving forward in this new age, into this new earth. And of course, it's all about shedding and letting go of all of what no longer can support us and opening up to learning. How do we be the best version of ourselves? How do we serve? How do we contribute? Yeah. This is a growing up time. This is time for us who are adults to be adults. Yes. And take responsibility for ourselves. Be those self-masters. Yeah. So wonderful. Now, the next aspect occurred on Sunday, the 4th. And this was about Mercury entering Aquarius. And I'm going to tell you about the Aquarian stellium in a little bit. And Aquarius is an air sign. And Mercury loves air signs because Mercury and the air element share similar qualities: communication, awareness, curiosity, and objectivity. The upcoming weeks are great for any activities that involve the intellect, your thinking, learning, reading, solving problems by connecting the dots, social networking, or doing group activities. Be open to new ideas and concepts. And you're going to hear this message several times in this laying out of the cosmic messages of what's going on with the energy. Be open to new ideas and concepts. Yeah, yeah. Really big message. So now we move on to Monday, this past Monday, the 5th. And on this day, we had this first of the Aquarian conjunctions of Pluto. Now, this is really important because this hasn't happened since 1798. I think that's the time. So that's a long time for planets not to be in conjunction with Pluto in Aquarius. Yeah. So again, this is all new stuff. And as it says here, strangely enough, this will be the first time in our lifetime that Mercury and Pluto will be conjunct in Aquarius. As we do with all Mercury-Pluto conjunctions, we will still be led to confront ourselves, including the dark parts, but we are doing so through a different sort of lens. Yeah, we're doing it through the lens of self-mastery, not shame, blame, and guilt. Like a eureka moment or a sudden glimpse that catches you unaware or that lets you see things as they truly are, we are being asked this week to see things in a whole new way. We are being asked to discover, to observe, to know. This may require a little research, asking relevant questions, and a willingness to dig deep beneath the surface. For that is what Mercury-Pluto does. It gets to the underlying causes. It solves the mystery and gives us the remedies to our problems. Now, I remember this Monday, and I felt the energy being very tight. And it's also when this atmospheric river came here to Southern California in full force. So it's interesting, right? All that rain, all that mudslides, all this people's stuff being moved, houses being moved off their foundation. I just drove this morning and saw a tree that was uprooted. I mean, a really huge tree, like in a park. Yeah, and they were working on it. So this kind of energy, this kind of shifting up and, you know, again, when you think that you've made it because you're living in Beverly Hills, you're living on top of the hill. And the atmospheric river comes and tells you, no, you ain't made it. You thought you made it. Maybe you made it for a little bit, but I got to take you down. Yeah. I mean, so you can imagine what people's going through people's minds, and, just the fear and how things are unstable right now. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why we have to open up to something new. We can't stay and be angry and, feel sorry for ourselves. We have to say, okay, this change is happening for a reason. And I need to open up and I need to learn. I need to go with it. Again, open to new concepts and ideas. Absolutely. Yeah. So think about what was going on for you on Monday, because this conjunction, for the first time in our lifetime, yeah, Pluto and Mercury, very interesting. So on Tuesday, we get the parade of the asteroids, I call it, because you're going to see there's going to be 3 asteroids that are going to be shifting either to signs or direction. The first one is Pallas, and it entered into Sagittarius. Now, Pallas asteroid inspires all women to channel their life-giving Venus energy through their intellect as well as their bodies. This asteroid of strategy and wisdom will be in wise Sagittarius for the next several weeks, giving us a cosmic education. This is a great time for expanding our minds and values as we look at every situation from a new point of view. Yes, really, really powerful, really powerful. And again, back to that, newness, new point of view. Yeah. And then on Wednesday, we had Ceres android, which is really a dwarf planet, moving into Capricorn. And I thought this was significant, and I'll probably come back to this throughout the year about breaking down Ceres in Capricorn, because it starts on February 7th. Look at how long it goes until December 7th. So it's going to be around for almost the entire year. In ancient Rome, Ceres was goddess of agriculture, grain crops, fertility, and motherly or nurturing relationships. Ceres is a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, first discovered in 1801. Ceres in Capricorn puts a planet of nourishment, support, and resources in the sign of discipline, responsibility, and focus. This is a great time for fresh starts, to begin new projects, create a name for ourselves, and plant the seeds for the upcoming spring. So again, a very, very uplifting, very motivating energy that it is bringing. And again, back to that theme, new, starting new. Yeah. And then also on this day before the next asteroid, that's right, Mars in Capricorn sextiling Neptune in Pisces. Again, a flow energy. This is dreams blend easily with reality today, as this aspect helps us to see the beauty in the world around us. An ideal day for romance and healing rituals. Yeah. So we had that going on at the same time. We had Ceres moving into Capricorn. Yeah. And then on yesterday, February the 8th, this is the 3rd asteroid in this parade. This was Vesta, and it was going direct in the sign of Gemini. Now, just have to take some water. Just a reminder, Vesta is the brightest and largest asteroid in the sky, and is named for the Vestal virgins in ancient Rome, who were keepers of the sacred flame. If a Vestal, chosen at age 6, allowed the flame to go out, she was beaten. Vestals took a vow of chastity for 30 years, at the end of which they were set free, and then answered to no man. This gave them a unique status in Roman times, and why the term virgin was often used to describe a woman who belonged to herself. Really powerful background there, right? I just love Vesta. And so Vesta represents our fire within that empowers us to achieve our sacred contracts with home and family. She also represents devotion, spirituality, and strength. When Vesta moves forward in Gemini, we finally get the energy to focus on our passions and plan the next steps to achieve our goals. And again, this is as related to home and family. However, it's still a good idea to do more listening than talking. Yeah, but what a beautiful, beautiful energy of Vesta moving forward in Gemini. Love it. Now, on the same day, we had our first tight energy, and this was the sun in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus. Everyone gets a major dose of teen angst, regardless of their age, during this rebellious aspect. This is a day of power struggles between new thinking and old systems. Focus on how you can use your power and influence to make a difference without, sorry for the spelling, without being in battle. Yeah, that's what it's really about. We do not want to be going into battle and losing our focus. We want to look at, okay, what can I do without having to hurt someone or transfer my pain onto somebody, even if they're in the wrong, especially if they're in the wrong. You don't want to take on their pain. Yeah. So the square energy is really coming to make us cautious, because we want to rebel and we want to shift things up, but we really have to be careful and discerning. Absolutely. Now we get to today, big drum roll, because this is the new moon day. This is the new moon in Aquarius. And a big overall theme is finding freedom by embracing what? Yeah, change. Embracing change. Now, today is also the opening of the Chinese New Year, because it's based on the lunar cycle. And so happy Chinese New Year, everyone. Absolutely. And this is a really, really powerful year because the animal in the Chinese pantheon and in the zodiacal cycle that is most revered is the dragon. And so this year brings in the green dragon, green wood dragon. And as it says here, welcome to the year of the Greenwood Dragon. This year has a grounding energy as we become more responsible and determined to reach our goals. This is not the time to rush things. Stay steady and grow. This Mars-ruled dragon, meaning it's about taking action, getting things going, will pour organic fertilizer on our individual dreams. Isn't that beautiful? I got to read that again because it just makes me so excited. This Mars-ruled dragon will pour organic fertilizer on our individual dreams. Woohoo! This energy shift will be palpable. The seeds that have been germinating for the past few years will soon be spreading into a lush garden, or if not, a vibrant where you put your energy, because whatever you plant in this year will yield quite a crop. And in this opening of the Chinese New Year, it's predicted to be a year of transcendent leadership. Yeah. What does that mean? That means leadership that really understands that it's about people over profit. That's transcendent leadership. Yeah. Prior shows the dragon. I love it. Yeah, we should all be very excited. And for those of you who were born in 1964, this is really powerful because you're completing your 60-year cycle. And this is the first time in 60 years that you get to be in this energy, your dragon energy of the green wood dragon. So congratulations to all of you out there who are dragon people. And yeah, it's going to be a great year. Absolutely. So let's dive into the new moon in Aquarius. And the first message I picked up from the astrologers I like is break free. Seize opportunities during this innovative new moon, as you'll be able to see futures that others only dream of. It's a good time to find your community and build a strong network to help you grow. Yes. This supermoon, says Alina Stevens of the Power Path, can bring up emotions, especially around freedom or lack of, sense of tribe or lack of, and feeling of hope, prosperity, and expansion or lack of. So just know that it's going to be pushing up for us to really help us really see, get clear about, where am I at? Do I feel free? Do I feel connected and supported in community? Do I have feelings of hope for prosperity and expansion? And if I'm not, you want to know that, because that's what we need to work on. Absolutely. The new moon is square Uranus, its ruler. There's a huge pull to break free from the past and reinvent ourselves. Uranus and Taurus will point to the missing element. What's preventing us from finding freedom and embracing change? The new moon in Aquarius will help us define our personal idea of freedom versus what society tells us that freedom is. And that's from Astro Butterfly. Yeah, really powerful. Okay, so I wanted to give you specific information about the aspects, what this new moon in Aquarius is aspecting with. And so it is square to Uranus, and it's a semi-sextile to Venus. So as it says here, this new moon on February 9th, square Uranus, can bring sudden and unexpected changes, conflicts, and crises. But with Venus, it creates a small learning triangle to help solve those problems by promoting learning and development. Venus trine Uranus and the positive fixed star help you turn challenges into opportunities and create an exciting new way forward in relationships, finances, and creative work. Positive Venus aspects promote cooperation and diplomacy. So there may be a surprise peace deal to end a war. Wouldn't that be amazing? Absolutely. So really, really powerful. And this comes from astrologyking.com, another really good site to get some good information on the planetary aspects. This next aspect is, again, what's happening with the new moon and Uranus, but also with Saturn in the picture. So the new moon square, its own ruler, which is Uranus, creates an awkward, be careful what you wish for scenario where our own ideals, goals, and hopes for the future seem to turn against us. Wow, that's really powerful, folks, because this is about how, we're manifesting, we're saying we want something, we think about it, we think this is it, we think this is the answer, and it turns sour. It doesn't fulfill us. And so some of this may be going on for you. And I'm thinking back to, on a bigger scale, like what's going on here with the weather in Southern California, thinking about people living in these very expensive homes who now have to really rethink, can I continue to live here? Can I really stay on top of this hill that's dissolving beneath my feet? Yeah. So it says here, we may be required to do work we don't like doing or approach our aspirations from a different angle. There is help. The other ruler of the new moon, Saturn, makes a supportive sextile aspect with Jupiter. As always, the universe gives us the tools to navigate challenges and grow into the next best version of ourselves. We can become more conscious humans today, tomorrow, and every single day. Yes, yes, yes. And that's from Astro Butterfly's blog about the new moon, which is really, really powerful. I mean, she goes deep about this call for us to really, really, really think about, how we're being human or not. Yeah, it's really cool. So I wanted to make sure you got that information. And then last but not least, this is from Greg Crawford, another astrologer. He goes really deep because he brings up ancient stuff and a lot of esoteric information, throws the tarot card in there. It's really powerful. But I loved this piece, and I thought that this broke it down for us to really be able to digest that this new moon in Aquarius is saying, embrace the new. Again, back to that message. He says the Aquarius new moon not only heralds the year of the wood dragon, but also fittingly possesses a jolting burst of invigorating astrological aspects that will support courageous action, innovative reinvention, inspiring ideas, and moving at greater speed in pursuit of goals. Wow. Wow. He says, listen closely to your dreams and the omens of your daily journeys, opening with reception to the sudden messages that can spark important new ideas to develop or changes to develop, or changes in direction that need to be considered. So he's basically saying, really listen to your guides, listen to the synchronicities, to the omens, to your dreams, because you are being guided into the new and into the right direction. Love it. The Aquarius new moon is the first lunation to share the same sign as Pluto in Aquarius since 1798. And combined with Mercury in Aquarius, having recently formed a conjunction with Pluto on the 4th of February, this lunation will initiate important new storylines and relationships that will be part of the long story arc of Pluto in Aquarius that will be playing out during the next 20 years. Wow. Wow. And another wow. Yeah. I mean, there's so much in this moon energy, you know. And you know, when I was putting my stuff together for this, you know, making up my little cards for you and everything, and you know, I'm accessing information about 3 or 4 different astrologers, but I hadn't gotten the information from Astro Butterfly. And she usually always does something on a new moon or full moon, but I thought, well, maybe she's not doing one this time, and so I was up to like, I think 1 o'clock in the morning. And then as I'm about to shut everything down my computer, I look at my inbox, boom, there it is. Her message came through. So I was going to do this live stream yesterday, but I had to wait and go and read her information. And then this information I just gave you from Greg Crawford, that showed up yesterday morning. So clearly I was supposed to wait so I could give you all of this information, because it is amazing. And I didn't want you to not get any piece of it, because for some of you, one piece is going to illuminate more than another or be more relevant. And I just think it's, in general, understanding that this time we're in right now today with Aquarius new moon is bringing us some powerful, powerful, supportive energies for moving forward into our lives, into our new chapter, and into our renaissance. Yeah, like it is on. It is on. We don't have to doubt it. It's happening. Yeah. And another really powerful thing that's going on today is the Aquarius Stellium. And what this means generally is that it indicates that there will be heightened focus and activities related to the qualities associated to Aquarius, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavenly bodies right now, all in that part of the sky. You got the sun, you got the moon, you got Mercury, you got Mars, you got Venus, which are all our personal planets, and you got Pluto. Yeah, this is really powerful. And so what it heightens is creativity, originality, independence and interdependence, interest in the collective good, people over profit, a strong sense of justice, and a desire to help those in need. Yes. In addition to this, an Aquarius stellium can also indicate an increased ability to think outside the box and a desire to explore what? Yeah, new ideas. Can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. It's just so amazing. And I hope that you're just taking it in. If you have your moon journal, someone just gifted me one. It's so cool. You know, you can write down about what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's going on when the energy is like this, with this moon. Set an intention, definitely. Plant a seed or replant a seed on this day, because this energy is amazing. And it's all for our good. It's all to help us really move forward into the new. And I can't stress or say that enough. Now, our next aspect comes tomorrow on February the 10th. And this is a square energy. It's a tight energy, but it's to help us because it's Mercury in Aquarius squaring Jupiter in Taurus. It says, watch your words today, as you may sound cocky about the things you might not know much about. It's way too easy to be humbled if you're not careful. You know, again, Jupiter is about expansion, Taurus representing your home or your foundation, Mercury being about communication and how you're thinking. And basically it's saying, you know, think twice or just listen. Don't feel like you've got to correct someone or talk first or try to know or be in charge. Yeah, this is saying, especially with your words, just chill out and listen. You don't need to defend yourself. That energy that you're feeling to do that, to be heard and to be seen, isn't going to be taken care of by you, you know, trying to prove yourself. It's going to take care of by you working on loving yourself. And that's what this is really talking about. So listen out and really, really be careful. Yeah. Priya said, I'm loving all of this. Thank you for sharing this today. You're so welcome. It's really, really powerful. Yeah, absolutely. Now we're going to move into Monday, the 12th, and we have Mars now entering into Aquarius. And the stellium I showed you had Mars and Venus. Venus hasn't gone there yet, but as long as there's 3 planets in the same part of the sky, it's called a stellium, but it's going to be up to 5. It's really powerful. And into March, I mean, this energy is going to be around into March. So with the planet of ambition in the individualistic sign of the water bearer, we're all blessed with an independent spirit and an innovative mind. Don't be afraid to go your own way and blaze your own trail. The ideas, inspiration, conversations, and interactions you have now will broaden your mind and instigate excitement for future possibilities. Who knows? Maybe a groundbreaking collaboration might be in store. Yeah. So again, just some more lovely Aquarian energy to help us move forward. Yeah, absolutely. Now we get to Tuesday. This is a very, very interesting day. You know, this day to me is kind of like a turning point. It's going to be a turning point in many ways. The first thing about this day, get back here so I can move my slide. Okay. Oops, not that one, this one. Let me add it back in. It's being ornery right now, and I don't know why it's doing that. I might not even be talking right now. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Well, that's really interesting. Okay. Again, this is how the energy is running. I have a slide for you that is just showing that on this day, it is Carnival. Time for Mardi Gras, Carnival in Rio, Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and Carnival in Venice. And so this, of course, is a day to do what? Yeah, let all your devils out. Let all your demons come out and play, celebrate, overeat, overdrink, oversex, all of that on the 13th. It's called Shrove Tuesday because, of course, it's going to be followed by Lent. But I think it's so interesting that for whatever reason, I cannot show you that slide, so I won't. but I'll show you this slide because this is what's happening on that day astrologically. It's Mars and Pluto conjuncting in Aquarius. So we had Mercury conjuncting on the 4th, and now here on the 13th, we get Mars. And this is a day of transformation. Like I said, this is a turning point, as this powerful aspect helps you shed your old self so you can step into your true power. Trust the process and let it happen. Pluto will most certainly push Mars's buttons. We have a choice. We can use this tremendous energy to fuel conflict or to align our actions with our circumstances, which really means to choose love over fear. Really, really powerful. Hey, Hector. Hector says, we hear you. Yes. Yes, thank you. Because you see how Spirit's working. Spirit's like, oh no, we ain't showing no carnival picture, Jojopah. And I wasn't going to be anything obscene, you know, but just that energy was not supposed to be coming up on my screen. Hector says, love, please. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, the 13th, and you know, the number 13 numerologically is about transformation. It's a transformation power. The Friday the 13th is like a bad luck day. No, it's really about something has to change, something has to transform. And so that's the energy that Mars in Pluto is bringing us. And because it's Mars, it's about inaction. You know, Mercury was about how I'm thinking about the change. Mars is about I'm going to be doing the change. Yeah, the change is going to be happening, whether I like it or not. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, also on this day, we have a beautiful flow energy of Venus in Capricorn sextiling Neptune in Pisces. And as it says here, on February 13th through the 14th, we have a Valentine's Day with fireworks. Mars is conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees. That's a transformational energy. Although this is a time of romance and creativity, it can also bring challenge and conflict, especially if we're trying to hold on to our old self. Focus on loving yourself first, knowing that this is a path to attracting right, intimate relationships. Yeah. And in all of this message, because I pulled out, you know, identify yourself as, you know, like, don't use Valentine's Day to beat yourself up with, basically what they're saying. Yeah. And I agree with that. And it is all about loving yourself. Valentine's Day to me is first love yourself so that you have some love to share with somebody else. You know, those are the good candies. Yeah, absolutely. So really interesting. And I'm just going to jump back to, yeah, we have this huge transformational, powerful energy, Mars and Pluto coming together in Aquarius. Woo! And then we also have this beautiful flow energy of Venus and Neptune. So yeah, it's just interesting, everything that's going on, everything. So although there are no aspects on the 14th, I did want to just give a shout out to the Lenten season, fast, pray, give. It is a practice I like to do, although I'm not doing it according to Catholicism or Methodist or any Baptist or anything like that. To me, it's a great period to really be focused on letting go of what can no longer serve you and to think about how do I serve in a way that really is making a contribution to others and not just about me. So happy Lenten season for those of you who do that. And also I wanted to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. It's all about the love. Those were my father's last words to me, reminding me that this is what makes the world go round. And whether it's love between intimate partners, love between a parent and a child, love between friends, love between colleagues, yeah, it's all about the love. Absolutely. Absolutely. So there you have it. And there's no aspects on the 15th either. We have aspects that will come back on the 16th. And of course, I'll come back and give you that that information. Because right now, this is my expression of how what's going on. Everything is swirling, like again, that storm of the atmospheric river in California really demonstrated things are just swirling around, and it's going to be like that for a minute. So we just have to trust and keep focused on mastering ourselves. Yeah. That is a positive wisdom walk share there about your father. Wow, love that. Thank you, Hector. Yes, yes, yes. And I didn't grow up with my father. We had a reconciliation, and so I learned how to really value him, even though he wasn't in my early life. And also, our sacred contract was off the chain. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So here's my book, just a quick promotion for it. It's still available, Wisdom Walk to Self-Mastery. And yes, I am working on the audio version. It's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be there. Just need a little more time. So again, I hope this is helpful to you. Watch the videos again. I promise to get the timestamps into you by tomorrow evening. I should be able to get them done by then. And if not, I definitely will have them in by Sunday evening. Let me just say that. It'll be Sunday evening. I'm not going to make myself crazy. And that way you can go back and you can check on those dates of when this really powerful information is going on, so that you can just check yourself, check and see, am I aligned? What's happening? What's going on? And yeah, all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a wisdom walker. What you're doing for yourself, you're also doing for everyone else in the world. We really are all connected. And I am so grateful to be here and able to share this information with you. I look forward to seeing you soon. Again, happy Valentine's Day, and be well, be safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.